All right, this video is going to be about airflow and how the air intake has a bit of a manufacturing, or maybe we can call it design defect, that can be very easily remedied to make it so that your car doesn't get all rusty from water intrusion. So this is the clean air intake. It goes into the heater and it has a little vent. The problem with this is that when you initially install it, here's the old one. Hang on. When you initially install it, they have these little studs on the back, right? And those studs, when they come from the factory, are held together with something like this. This is the speed nut. The idea behind a speed nut is you push it on and it only moves in one direction. And so once you squeeze it on, it's in. The problem with that is that in order to get those speed nuts in, you have to reach behind. See, there's one right here. So you have to reach behind and push it, and it goes up in. The problem with that is that you have to reach behind. There's no way that you can put a screen in here to keep foreign debris out. So they're expecting that the largest thing that is going to ever go through here is like an oak leaf. And that doesn't really work. The problem with that is I'll go ahead and take this one off. The problem with that is that there's a lot more than just oak leaves that will get down in there. The leaves will get in there and they'll collect, and there's a drain at the bottom that's supposed to drain out through the bottom of the car. And when the leaves collect in there, then it prevents that drain from operating. And so then the water gets backed up and goes into the heater system, and it overflows into the floor right here. It comes out right there at the floorboards. It's clear as day. That's where the water's going to go. Well, once it gets into the cab, there's nowhere for it to go. And it doesn't take a big hurricane for that to become a problem. Just washing your car, spraying some water up on there, it goes in there. The only place it has to go is inside the car. And it becomes a chronic issue. So what Moss has for a solution is this device right here. It's a screen fresh air intake. There's your part number. It's a stainless steel screen. It's made perfectly to fit this. And you put it over there, and you can see it has holes already pre-cut to match up where the holes are. And you might think to yourself, well, if I put a screen in there, how am I going to put the speed nuts on? Well, they got a solution for that. You buy these blind fix nuts. These little plastic dealy bobbers. Basically, you put the screen down, and then you push these little nuts through, and it creates a receiver. And then when you push the grill back in place, the little stud goes into this little blind nut, and it holds it in place. So that's your solution. I'm going to go ahead and do a couple more little supporting videos so you can see how bad that issue is and how easy it is to fix it. Okay, so the drain, which was plugged, and I still have to clean it out, it comes down to this little device right here, which has a little rubber connector on the end to keep water going only one direction. So I'm going to figure out how to take that off, because it's obviously full of dirt and grime and leaves and rat crap and stuff. So I'll take that off and get a better look at what that looks like. All right, so a subscriber named Matthew Green has posed the question, how do you take the fan off of the heater motor without damaging the retaining clip or damaging the fan? So, again, I'm sure it's probably related to water intrusion, so I'm including that in here. You can see the clip right there. There's a break in it on the one side, and if you put a screwdriver here, I've got a standard flat screwdriver, but it's kind of a long, skinny one. And if you put a screwdriver through the fan blades from this direction, you should be able, I'm only doing this with one hand, you should be able to get that retaining clip to spread so that it can come off. You see, you can see kind of right here, the ends of the fan are tines, and they're held by this retaining clip. And so if you take that retaining clip with the screwdriver and you spread it, you spread this retaining clip, you should be able to pull that retaining clip off and without messing with these tines. And once those tines are relieved of the pressure from that retaining clip, they should spread easily and come right off the end of the shaft. I'm not speaking from experience, and I'm not an MGB expert, but when you posed the question, I thought I would have a look at it, and I think that that is the way that that goes. Let me know in your comments if you have any other suggestions, or if it helps out. I think it would help other people who might have the same question. I did find on Moss Motors that they sell the replacement motor, but they don't sell that clip. I think you can probably find the fan as well, but that retaining clip is not available. So it seems as though once you get that off, you can push it back so that it's smaller and then slide it over those tines, and it should have enough spring to hold those in place. Now, the reason why they have a retaining clip is it's spinning at a very high speed, so you can't have anything on there like a screw or something that would put it off balance. So that's why they have that. Kind of makes sense. But the only way that I can think to do that is to get a flathead screwdriver in there, either through the tines or some way to spread that retaining clip apart and let it fall forward so that those tines are released from pressure. So let me know how it works out.
All right, so I thought I would catch your a quick video of the endoscope so I can show you where the actual drain is. There it is on the passenger side. You can see there's a little hole here. Whoop, excuse me. So I'm going to run the endoscope down, and this is after I had already cleaned it out. I was able to loosen it from the top, but it had to come out through the bottom. So I got up underneath the car and used a flat-handed screwdriver and just agitated the Tom's knob rubber hose until I could get all of the dirt out of there. So here's the interface between where the metal is and where the rubber is. And then turning down to where Tom's knob has a little elbow. This is the elbow right here. And then this reaches back to the back of the car. Now, I just kind of wanted to show this so that you could see that it was clear and how it works. Now, the reason why the Tom's knob has a little rubber knob at the end is to keep the exhaust gases from getting into the cabin through the airflow system. I really don't think it's a problem. Here I'm trying to back it up so you can see that the end of the tube right there in the bottom corner is clear. And then I backed it out. So this kind of proves that I got it clean and that there are no holes anywhere in there that would cause any kind of leakage. I don't know if you have the opportunity to do that with an endoscope, but the idea here is that putting the screen on it will keep it from getting clogged up.
Yeah, there was just a little bit of debris. You can see this much was clogged up in there. And the Tom's knob came all down through that shaft. So that thing was solid with dirt. It wasn't just leaves, there's all kinds of dirt in there. So definitely need to get that Tom's knob to allow a really good flow of water. So I got the air box all cleaned out of leaves and debris. I've cleared out Tom's knob and pulled a big pile of dirt out of that thing. I would highly advise that you break open that slit and maybe even cut it so it stays open. The idea behind that old Tom's knob thing is to keep exhaust gases from backing up into the cockpit. And I really don't think that's a concern. But here you can see I've got the stainless steel mesh, the screen. It's laid in, and I've put glue around it so that it will stay in place. I got this E6000, it's really good glue. And I've got the fasteners installed, and it's just waiting for me to put the grill on. So let's do that. All right, there you go, finished product. That actually looks a lot better than the original. Got nice new chrome. That's a stainless steel grill down in there. Before I pushed it in there, I put some glue around the mesh so that it wouldn't slide around or rattle or anything. This stuff's really great. If you don't have some of this, just keep this around. It's a really good glue. It's very sticky and it stays pliable, and it's really good. So anyway, there you go. Airflow vent, handling the problems of the airflow vent clogging and whatnot, and with a really inexpensive solution. There you go.